Okay, Kevin, I think the recording has started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen.
Yes, recording has started.
Okay, very good. All right, I have the agenda up in front of us. Hello and welcome, everybody. Today is Thursday, October 16th, 2025. The year is almost over. This is the KubeStellar community meeting. And we are, if you want to see this agenda, go to kubestellar.io/agenda. If you want to see previous meetings, you can go to kubestellar.io/TV. If you would like to add an agenda topic, please do so at the bottom. Please also write your name in if you'd like to, and let us know that you're here. We are proud members of the CNCF and part of the Sandbox effort. And as contributors and maintainers, we have a code of conduct that we ascribe to. So I will go ahead and read that now. As contributors and maintainers in the CNCF community, and in the interest of fostering an open and welcoming community, we pledge to respect all people who contribute through reporting issues, posting feature requests, updating documentation, submitting pull requests or patches, and other activities. We are committed to making participation in the CNCF community a harassment-free experience for everyone, regardless of level of experience, gender identity and expression, sexual orientation, disability, personal appearance, body size, ethnicity, race, age, religion, or nationality. And basically that just means please be nice to each other. Okay, so as I stated, just please drop your name in here if you are so kind and would like to. Got just a straightforward agenda today, nothing really crazy. Again, we've moved to our new home in the CNCF Slack organization. We were in the Kubernetes organization. We're at pound KubeStellar-dev. You can get an invitation by going to the community inviter here listed, and then you can join our channel. And once you do so, you can interact with many of the maintainers and contributors that you see here, as well as other mentees and mentors around the world. Okay, KubeCon EU is coming up in 2026 in Amsterdam. The CFP is now closed for the main conference. The co-hosted event CFP is now open. You can get up to 4 entries per speaker. The two main conference are at this point closed. So if you missed that, that was due on October 12th. But you do have the opportunity to be in for two co-hosted events, and those are the events that take place the one day before the main conference. Okay, our recommendation is to use all four. And then KubeCon North America 2025, that's coming up closer sooner, and that will be taking place from November 10th to the 13th, with the co-hosted events taking place on November 9th. We have a lightning talk scheduled for the 10th of November at 1:24 p.m. A poster session for something called the software-defined farm, which is using digital agriculture in combination with KubeStellar to manage small edge devices around the world on separate farms, or mostly in the United States, but has the capacity and capability to work elsewhere as well. So this is between Cornell and KubeStellar, be on the main floor at 6:15 p.m. For the evening session on November 11th. Project Pavillion, we have a kiosk scheduled for 10:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Thursday. That's 11:13, and the kiosk number will be 15B. That'll be in Building B, Level 1, Exhibit Hall B3 through B5, the Solution Showcase. Okay, nothing else is listed for that specific show. Okay, in the UI update, most of our mentees and mentors are working in that space. We have 6 projects that were underway. We're down to 5. Unfortunately, have one of the projects is unable to complete due to people not meeting requirements there. So it's a hard thing to decide, but we took the decision to go ahead and close that project, and we'll survive the rest of this semester with 5 projects, which will be just fine. That's plenty of work for us to do. We've been doing a lot of good work there in the community with developer relations. We've got a lot of folks out there promoting the community and dropping in maintainer spotlights, contributor spotlights. for various people. Mike, who's on the call now, was one of our more recent installments to that program. Thanks, Mike, for participating. We have a design implementation. We're working on a revamp of our website as well as the underlying infrastructure for it, and that's taking place. And Playwright, we're doing some automated testing of the front end, and WEC Status. This is reporting statuses back, so in such a way that we can integrate seamlessly with CI/CD tools like Argo. We also have two other projects going on, one for A2A and MCP, and the other one for ratio. This is the ratio one. This is the one that we're crossing out. I don't have cross out here, so I'll just uh, let's see. Ended, stopped. How would you put this? I'll put stopped for now. I don't have another term to use for it. Closed. Let's do that. Closed. So for A2A and MCP, we've got work going on there. We should have demonstrations on some of these, some of the above next week. Also in conjunction, we have the Cornell SDF program, software-defined farm, that will be showing off in North America's KubeCon, KubeCon in North America, and that will be this year. They've been focusing on enclave and confidential computing. I just got word yesterday that these folks are actually just using KubeStellar now live for experiments using NASA data and local farmers for both wine and vineyards and I believe cattle and also apple crops. So this is pretty interesting. They're starting to actually roll out more feature and functionality, and they're using KubeStellar as a substrate to do that over. Okay, this is the part where I kind of shut up here and leave it to others to talk a bit. Mike, do you want to give us any updates on 029 Alpha 1?
No, it's it's a test release available. Please test. That's what we got.
Okay, perfect. All right, and can you give us any leads on any of the upcoming changes? I know you did a lot of work on squashing or actually reviewing PRs and closing some items that were open or merging them.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to keep up with all the interns and make progress on simplifying things. That was one of the campaigns that Franco and Rupam were leading. We finally got some hostility out of KubeFlex, and we're doing the mop-up in KubeStellar. The other campaign is the upgrade to Kubernetes 1.31. I think we're ready to do that. The first thing that has to be done is in the OCM status add-on and KubeFlex repositories. Those need to be upgraded to Kubernetes 1.31 because of the dependency order. Once we have releases of those, use Kubernetes 1.31, we can upgrade the KubeStellar repository to use Kubernetes 1.31. So we have a PR that does the latter, but we need PRs that do the first two steps first.
Gotcha.
And well, yeah, PRs and releases.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Any comments or questions for Mike? Okay. And we're still working on summarization. Any news there?
No, the contributors seem to be focusing their attention elsewhere.
Okay. All right, and I know we've. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm deliberately, refraining from making contributions myself because we've so aggressively required the interns to make contributions, and they need to make contributions. So I've been focusing on reviewing.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how many people actually made contributions to core this year. So I know that wasn't necessarily the thrust for some, but some decided to go in that direction. So thank you, Mike. All right. I know we were talking a little bit before this call about website preview reminder. Mike, do you want to do a PSA on that? Or Kevin, do you
Sure.
want to do a PSA?
I'll go first. So, any PR that modifies the website needs to have a preview of the modified website. So that's just making it easy for the reviewers to review it. We do have a workflow that checks for that and will complain if there's not a link to a preview. So getting that done is really easy. Apparently, we still have not documented it clearly and easily enough. I'm going to see what I can do about that. But it's really simple. All you have to do is two things. You have to set up your, in your fork, you have to have a branch named GH Pages, which is a copy of the branch, what's in that branch from the shared repository on GitHub. You need to initialize that branch that way. And you just need to set that up once. From then on, anytime you make a branch whose name starts with doc dash, and you want to continue with just alphanumerics dash and dot. But anytime you have a branch with that sort of name, automatically a preview will be created. So you just need to pay attention to naming the branch you used in your PR to start with doc dash. So those two things, two simple steps: set up your GH Pages copy and name your branch doc dash something, and that's all it takes. And then you'll get a preview. And if you look in your GitHub Actions workflows, you can dig through and find the link to it, and you include a pointer to the link in your PR, and you're good. That's all I got.
Okay. Kevin, anything you want to add there?
Yeah, so one thing I learned, because I made this mistake on a fork once, is that if you've created a fork missing the GH branches, you can add it via the GitHub web interface. Mike suggested I record how to do that, and I will be doing that sometime in the next week. So we'll have that information. It is documented. I've written it out, but apparently people missed that. And perhaps the warning that our workflow gives, if there's a missing preview, should include a link to where we put the instructions on how to do this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to work on
helpful.
brushing up the instructions and make the workflow include a link.
Okay.
And then I hope that, at some point, we have two things in progress that should make this easier. We have someone working on a PR that will fully automate creating the preview, as well as linking to it. And then we have the new website system under development that Kevin is leading with interns that will be used in Extra.
Okay. All right. Thank you, folks. All right. I'm just going to look at these issues to see. Rupam had brought these up at one point. Lifecycle management issues. Did we get anywhere with this? Making the linkage by logic in a Helm chart is inherently going to own the process. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Franco.
I think Rupam is not working on this anymore, but I would like to pick that up when I have a chance. I want to move from using kubeconfig to using secrets because Argo CD can create targeted clusters as well as applications using secrets that need to be built in the cluster. So can probably move away from that. But we need to design a controller basically that monitors what's going on in KubeStellar.
Okay.
But at the moment, Rupam is not working on this, so I don't know if you want to close it or keep it open.
So I think the way to look at this is, I think Rupam phrased it as a bug. I think it's really what it is. I see it as a matter of level of ambition. We currently have something that makes a static association when a chart is instantiated, and what he wants is something different, which is an ongoing relationship, which, as Franco says, would need a controller to continue to mediate.
So to fully clarify, Mike, maybe if I can expand a little bit, I don't know if we need a full external controller, but when KubeStellar, any instantiation of KubeStellar, if there is multiple, right? Every time a WDS is created, Then along with whatever post-create hooks, maybe we can use the post-create hook system to also create a system that could be ingested by Argo. Right, so that's the way I'm going, but I need to think a little bit more about who has access to, right? Because the post create hook in the WDS probably doesn't have access to the main cluster. So I need to figure out those details. If not, it could be part of the Helm chart of KubeStellar, right? Where when a WDS is created or deleted, then the Argo CD could be created or deleted.
Yeah, so my view is that this Helm chart that we are currently using is a convenience. It's not the only way to set up KubeStellar. I've been trying to design deliberately so that this works in an enterprise setting where there's a lot of other stuff going on. They may be creating spaces that they want to use as WDSs, by their own means. And so I don't think we should require the use of the Helm chart. We can make some easy cases with the Helm chart. And maybe this whole ambition of easy integration with Argo CD is only a Helm chart feature. So that could be plausible.
Yeah, it's not necessarily even a KubeStellar feature, right? It could be a KubeFlex feature because it's a space feature more than a KubeStellar feature per se. So need to think it. I'm trying not to create another controller, right? That would sit there and monitor stuff because it's not either KubeFlex or KubeFlex will know if a space is being created or not, right? And we can, by using appropriate arguments, we can let him know if you want it to be a registrable space, right? With Argo or something else, right? So that's the way I was thinking, but I didn't do a deep dive yet to see what.
Okay. So we have some ideas to mull over here.
Okay. Franco, are you looking at this issue N3065?
This issue, I don't remember exactly. I think this was to. I need to dig through this specifically, but most likely this is related to the fact that we wanted to simplify the WDS post create hook, and there is a situation where there is only one ITS and the post create hook has to guess the ITS name and therefore require a bash script. I think the intention was to try to remove the bash scripting for that, but I need to, back.
All right, I'll just.
I've been very busy on a unrelated project.
Right. Let me just bring up one idea. Right. This business about making the specification of ITS optional is just causing us pain. I think it's more pain than the gain. Maybe we just remove that fact that that's optional and just require that the ITS be specified.
Yeah, but it's one more thing that you need the user to specify, right? And
it
in
is.
most cases, we only have, at least for the moment, we only have one ITS. So once we move to multiple ITS, I think it will become more of a meaningful choice. But right now, why forcing a user to say something that is obvious, right? It's the only ITS there. That's why and again, it works right now. It's just that we want to remove the bash script eventually, right? So.
All right, good. All right. Thank you for agreeing to have a look there. Kevin, what's the latest on 3280 here? There's PR that you merged. Is this still an issue, or is this?
MKDocs appears to have fixed it. I mean, we only had a couple places where it was going on, and then the Mike reported that the behavior went away. So,
All right, so we can close this issue?
Yeah.
Take that out and take this out. Very good. Okay. All right, folks. Any other comments or questions? Anything anybody would like to bring up before we end the call? All right. Thank you all for a great meeting. Thank you, and see you again in 2 weeks. Bye now.
Thanks. Bye.